I can win this debate if I win the Democrats are a superior option to the Labor Party, or if I prove the Labor Party is the wrong party. First, I will address why the Labor Party is wrong, then why Democrats are the best option, and lastly, nuclear power. First, if I win the Labor Party has a flawed foreign policy, or that they failed to implement thorium power, then there is no reason to vote for the proposition. The Democrats capture all the benefits of the Labor Party through renewable energy. Second, my opponent does not have a single reason why the Democrats are bad for the future of the U.S. There's only a chance they are good. Now, you don't give him any new arguments in his closing remarks because I don't have a chance to respond to them. It is laughable to believe a party in the UK has any expertise to deal with problems in the U.S., be they energy problems or foreign policy. They can't even deal with their own problems. My opponent has provided no evidence from any political science expert that the Labor Party has anything to contribute to the well-being of the U.S. His only evidence about their foreign policy is from laboragainstthewar.org. This is obviously not qualified and also not representative of their whole party, just a faction. Prefer my evidence about Tony Blair supporting the war in Iraq. He was a former prime minister, which makes his stance on policy more predictive of the stance of the whole party. The Labor Party consists of war hawks, and my opponent has conceded foreign entanglements are the last thing the U.S. needs in its future. The Labor Party has also been ineffective in implementing thorium power in the UK. The National Nuclear Laboratory, doing the most qualified study on nuclear power in the UK, says in 2010, thorium does not have a role to play in the UK and is likely to have a limited role internationally for years to come. It concludes that claims in favor of thorium were overstated. Meanwhile, the majority of Democrats support renewable energy, according to Howard, a HuffPost reporter citing Pew data. There's only a shot of moving toward renewable energy with the Democrats, and my opponent has conceded that renewable energy would shift away from uranium power usage. Lastly, my opponent should lose because he has not proven with credible evidence that any company could possibly afford to invest in nuclear power. In a post-Fukushima world, the prices are even higher, according to U.S. News and World Report. Nuclear power is on its deathbed because it has become priced out of the market. Kara Moskos of the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons suggests that thorium isn't even a real concept in the market. It has never been commercially viable, nor do any designs even remotely seem viable. Rubia is the only evidence my opponent cites, but Rubia only speaks about thorium and hypotheticals. Renewable energy is a solution for the here and now. My opponent has not challenged this. My opponent continues to make arguments about proliferation, but if thorium isn't legitimate for developed nations, then it is a highly suspect claim that other countries, including developing countries, would stop using uranium nuclear power. That means weapon-grade material for proliferation is inevitable. His Iran argument has zero logical support. If he is right and Iran wants nuclear weapons, then they would have no rational incentive to switch to thorium nuclear power. Yet, to win this argument, he has to prove they are building nuclear weapons now. He hasn't done this, and concedes that the IAEA believes they have only civilian nuclear power. The IAEA is the most qualified evidence on this question. The question of the safety of thorium is also a joke. France's nuclear regulator, Jamais, says he, as well as other global experts, thought Fukushima would be safe from catastrophe before 2011. Experts always believe nuclear energy is safe, and then 3 Mile Island or Chernobyl or Fukushima happens. Thorium power is only a shoddy theory as of now. It is time to let the nuclear lie die.